So when I grew up in a council estate, okay? And life growing up where I grew up was very interesting, and you had to be very confident and creative in terms of the way you look after yourself on the street. And it was my mother and my brother that were, at that time in my childhood, probably most influential over me, okay? And, my mum would be the person that would always say to me, look, Sanj, just do whatever's going to make you happy. Do whatever's going to make you happy. She never stopped me from doing anything, all right? And I was really free to make those choices. So as a result of that, I tried things, I failed, I had success to some extent with some things, but the point is I just kept going, and I just had a massive level of confidence and self-belief, and I wasn't afraid of failing. I started businesses in recruitment. I started businesses in web design, development, marketing, an Asian DJ company, as you'll know about, an AV company which still serves you and many of the people in your space currently, and a coaching academy for business owners as well. So that's where I'm at today. And most recently, we've also started a studio, which you and your followers would know about as well. So ask me questions and I'll be happy to answer them.
So it's something that comes up all the time with all the people I'm speaking to all across the world who want to create success. It's this whole ethos and this mindset of never giving up. But like, what to you, and for what advice do you have for the people, what does that actually mean? Because some people don't know what that line is between not doing things that are serving them versus not giving up. And like, this is just my perception. I see that it's too easy for people to come up with excuses of why to give up, but they don't see it as they've gave up, but they veered off. So when you're saying I just kept going, what is your secret to that, or what's your advice around that?
Mark, it depends on what your definition of what not giving up is, okay? But for me, it hasn't always been easy. There's been times when it's been challenging, okay? I'm not going to be sitting here and saying, I just don't give up and I just keep going. Trust me, man, I have times when I'm in doubt, I'm down, I'm upset, I'm stressed out. But I suppose if I reflect back now, what I have been able to do is take time out and reflect and have time for critical thinking, and also have the support of my loved ones to be able to give them the freedom to be able to take risks, move forward. And I think that when it comes to not giving up, Mark, I would say that above that, you just need to have confidence in yourself. If you're not going to believe in you, then who is going to believe in you, right? And there's been many a times when I have doubted myself, and there will be times in the future when I will doubt myself. But the point is, you got to get back on track, okay? I have a screensaver. I don't have it on all the time, but I've had it on many a time where it says, am I on track, okay? And when I fall off, I need to be able to recognize that, and I just need to get back on track. You know what I mean? You need to get back on track. You need to stay focused on the goal. You need to accept it when you're down. You need to accept it when you're scared, when you're uncertain, but you need to get back on track.
So like, I think people are becoming more aware now of like, I've got to have goals. I've got to have dreams, because from what I'm seeing, school definitely don't teach you that. Corporations, the corporate world, let's call it, they don't teach you that. People who want to be your manager, they don't teach you that because they don't want you to be better than them. Yeah, so like people are becoming more aware that they got to set goals. Yeah, but still people suffer from this disease. It's called the VD. Yeah, VD. It's called veering disease. Yeah, where they veer off. Yeah, so even when they got the goal in sight, why is it? Because I think if we can share the information here, maybe this just opens some people's eyes of like you said, I took some time back to reflect, self-reflect, have some critical thinking. And I get, my version of that is like owning up to stuff, like owning things, taking responsibility. Like, where did I, you know, go off? Where do, like, forget blaming anyone or anything else. That's the last thing. And if you ever see me doing that, feel free to, you know, clip me around the ear roll. But people, they veer off. So what can we say to the people right now to help them take a check on themselves? Because why is it that they do this? Why do they veer off? Why do they find excuses?
Doubt, distraction, and seeing other shiny objects. Okay, people do veer off. I have often veered off. Okay, but again, when you're veering off, you need to be self-aware. It's all, everything comes down to self-awareness. You need to stop bullshitting yourself. You need to look, if you've got a goal and you're going for it, okay, and you now start veering off, you need to be able to think, okay, what's going on here? I'm distracted. I doubt that I can achieve this goal that I'm embarking upon. That's why I'm now not taking the steps that I should be taking to achieve it. Or I've seen something else and I think that's a better opportunity, okay? But people that see a shiny object here, there, over there, and everywhere, they don't really achieve anything of significance, okay? Because there's always going to be something better. There's always going to be somebody better. There's always going to be a what if, okay? The bottom line is, if you've had a goal, you need to know why it is you committed to that goal in the first place, okay? In this space that you serve, Mark, you know, yourself and a lot of the trainers in your space will always talk about the why. Why is the goal? Why is the outcome important? And it's a matter of reminding yourself of why that's important. And when doubt comes in, which it will, you need to ask, okay, what's that really about? What's that really about? Okay, when I get distracted, okay, what's really going on here? Is it too uncomfortable for me? Am I feeling uncertain? Am I not confident in myself? You understand what I'm saying? You understand? You need to be straight with yourself. You need to not bullshit yourself, because there's enough people out there that are going to bullshit you. So if you're going to bullshit yourself, your life's going to be bullshit. You know what I'm saying, dude? I'm just calling it as it is.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is what I love about, you know, if anyone can see the description for this Real Life Money Monday, it's the fact that we got the straight talking London entrepreneur on here, Sanj Desour. Yeah, and you know what it is, because I love a good straight talking point of view as well. The difficulty is some people, they don't want to listen to it. They don't want to hear it. It's definitely not what they want to own up to. But let's talk about what some of the thought process, even maybe the physical, the financial, the mental aspects that over the last, let's say, where are we looking now? We're looking on near on 12 months. Yeah, since things radically changed across the entire globe. And this, what we're talking about here, is succeeding through hard times. So let's talk about some of the, like, what was some of the stuff that came up? What was some of this negatives? What was some of this doubt, negative self-talk, or whatever came up that may have taken away from this journey to success over the last 12 months for you, Sanj?
You know, when this first happened, okay, my primary questions at the time was, okay, what's really going on here? What's this about? Okay, but I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. And at that time, I wasn't stressed. I was thinking to myself, okay, you know, this is going to probably be like, okay, we're going to be restricted until September, October, right? 2020. And I thought, okay, maybe until March 2021. I don't have that view anymore. I think it's going to be much longer. And this is one of those instances where I hope and I pray I am wrong. I want to be wrong. I hope this is much, much shorter than I think it could end up being. And in the first instance, I wasn't really thinking, okay, look, crap, I've got to do anything, because I'm not going to, taking action through fear and panic, I think in most instances, tends not to be fruitful, okay? What was the most influencing force in most recent times, I would say, is the power of a peer group, okay? The power of a peer group. And I got that from one of my early Tony Robbins experiences, where he says, the quality of your life is a direct reflection of the expectations of your peer group. And that really hit home for me. Really, really hit home for me deeply. And, you know, I am very, very selective as to who I spend my time with. I don't spend my time with many people through my own choice. I love lots of people, but I would only invest my time with few. So listen, guys, it's 8 o'clock. You've got a mastermind now. I hope I added value to you. Mark is an awesome guy.
Yes.
And
Yes, you did. And here's the thing. Number one, thank you so much for being on this show. I think you've had immense value. And just before we wrap it up, I want to tell people right now, Real Life Property Secrets Exposed, the link is in here. Sanj doesn't even know the dates yet, but it's in his message inbox. We're going to get that scheduled in, rocking and rolling, because the demand, the people want it. They want it too much. We had people all over the world doing this, making it happen. It was so amazing, and we'll tell you more about it soon. But we have a question, Sanj, that we ask every week, so we want to get your view on it. The question is this. We can never, ever, ever let the people forget that they must do the right thing for the right reason. Now, why is that?
are you asking me?
Yes.
Why must people do the right thing for the right reason? Well, first of all, it's their definition of what the right thing is and their definition of what the right reason is. So that be mindful of that, the definition of the two. But I suppose for me, I would say because it's them that have got to live with it. They have to live with that decision.
Awesome. Good. Thank you. I like to get everyone's opinion. And this is the saying that we have. So I'd like to know if you can say it for us as we sign off today's Real Life Money Monday. And that is that we can never let people forget that they've got to do the right thing for the right reason, because that is the only way that they're going to discover their true potential.